Good evening. Only thing I'm missing is the cat. Good evening, infidels. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to Second Win Sports Media present Second Win Podcast Boxing, y'all. I'm honored. First, I want to say thank you guys for all the love you second. Thank you, Uncle Steve, for the love y'all giving me to starting the show. Thanks to fans for watching. And Uncle Steve felt like he wanted to let the asylum be run by me.
Hey,
So I get to run the asylum today. So I'm gonna be all I need is my nice little cat. Just how you doing? But welcome, man, y'all. We gotta
you gotta get the bubble, the bubbles, blow the bubbles.
Good evening, infidels. But welcome, everybody. You know, we got a stacked topics that we're going to go over today. Welcome in your boy, your host, Junior the Golden Boy, and your guy right here.
It's your boy, Caesar Fantastic.
Yeah, Uncle Steve. So y'all, you already know we ain't gonna do too much of the pleasantries and everything. Let's get straight to it. Did you? Which your boy? Which your boy Shakur, man? I mean, that's my boy too, but because I kicked it with him a couple times. But what's with your boy getting in his feelings like he been getting in his feelings, man?
Man, he been making the rounds. I seen him on Cigar Talk, and you know he's saying a lot of things that people echoing. You know what I'm saying? He's saying a lot of things about Bob set him up and this, but I'm like, bro, you have to perform.
Yep.
As well. At the same time, no hate. That's my guy. I like him. I think he's a good fighter. Yes. Think he's a great fighter. But when you know, it's the visuals. Don't give him that visual. And remember, before that fight, what did I say? Shakur has to knock this boy out. It's no way. Like he has to. He had to because this. You see the results. You know he had to knock him out. I think he knew. He knew because you seen the panic in the corner. Man, I can't knock him out. Now you know. Well, first rounds it was I'ma get him. Nah, trust me. I'ma get him.
He said I got him.
Yeah,
I got him.
Yeah, he knew the pressure was for the knockout. You know, and especially like Frank dropped him at least, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if the barometer is like, okay, if Frank dropped him, you got to at least drop him a couple times, you know, if you want to put yourself on that Tank pedestal up there with Tank. So, you know, it was the pressure, like you had to do it. You knew you had to do it. You put forth another underwhelming event. You know, it is what it is. Like, you know, the fans are going to feel like that. Like I said, most of these guys who come into, you know, it's a lot of casuals, bro. They're not going to appreciate that style. You've seen it through the years. I tell Sheeta every time we get into this conversation, my favorite fighter of all time, Winky Wright. You know, and that was a stigma Winky had his whole career. You know, thank God Shane and them finally gave him a shot, you know, to show how great he is. But nobody would get that dude a shot because it was, I'm not fighting.
He's going to make you look bad.
Yeah, he's going to make me look bad. It's going to be a boring fight. Nobody going to want to see it. You know, there's a lot of excuses, you know. And those same excuses going to come to Shakur. Same excuses.
But the thing with Winky was he came from an era of finishing guys. And it's the mentality. So even if he didn't get the knockout, especially when he started moving up in weight, he still beat the dog slop out of you. Like he still made people ringside go, oh, like remember the Trinidad fight?
Oh yeah.
When he was, oh my God, man, he was hitting Trinidad with the pow, 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 pow. Like you can hear it. And you got the people in the Puerto Ricans doing it. Oh, no, like you can hear it. Like people go, I know, Tito. Like you knew that it wasn't just, man, he losing these rounds. It was, man, he's taking a licking, bro. Damn. Like Winky made sure he put an emphasis on you getting your butt whooped right now. Even with Shane, he made Shane have trouble trying. Like as great as we all know, as great as Sugar Shane Mosley is and was,
That's my second
he
favorite
couldn't.
fighter.
He couldn't fight nobody taller than him. Go look at his losses. Like in his prime, his losses are always to people taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that like his real, without a doubt, flat out losses in his prime was to people taller than him. That was the problem. So he wound up still giving like, man, he beat mess out of it. He was hitting Shane, and Shane would sit there and slide try to rip, and before Shane tried to, he's getting hit as he's throwing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could see it. That's even, and then also with Winky, as much of a fighter, as much of his style that was Winky Wright. When Dan Birmingham said, "Go get him," Winky went and got you. He went to go get you. Remember the Jermaine Taylor fight? Remember rounds 11 and 12? He was exhausted. Well, both of them were exhausted. Yeah. And remember, Dan Birmingham, go back and look at the tape. Dan Birmingham said, take it back to the amateurs. But you see Winky go back to that bounce, pop, pop, boom, pop, pop, boom. Just like touching, just peppering shot. Because he didn't want to throw no bricks and take everything out of himself. Yeah. And then when Dan told him to go for it now, then he started like really throwing everything.
Burn out.
Throwing everything. You know, so that's another thing. But when I was doing the show, I'm going to reiterate what I said on my show this past Sunday. I said, Shakur went in there, and you know you're on your contract year, like how football play. It's crazy. Matter of fact, this is a great example right here. Remember these shoes? Remember these shoes when you was going overseas? The Olympic Ewings?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Olympic joints for the Dream Team ones. The Dream Team joints. Yeah, I got these. I love it. Ewings is my favorite shoe growing up. When I was growing up, Ewings was my favorite shoe, and I made a promise when I got older. All my favorite shoes, I'm buying them. The Griffeys, the Ewings, the 13 Joy. But the thing was though, those guys. Like, remember how much Patrick Ewing used to sweat? Mm-hmm. He was giving everything he had. He knew, like these New Yorkers. Remember John Starks, New York. John Starks wasn't the top. He probably wasn't the top 5 point guard or shooting guard back then, but he was top 3 or top 5 all heart. Yeah. He was gonna give it to you. Yeah. Though, and New Yorkers love that.
Yeah, John Stockton,
DC people,
scrappy.
yes,
dude,
yes.
I hated him, bro. I was this man. He gave max effort, man. He gave
there
max
you go.
Effort and
there you go. And the thing is, the reason why I'm using this reference is because let's flip it back to boxing. Look at Gaddy. Mm-hmm. You could go to, remember, Shakur's right down the street from Gaddy. Same stomping grounds. In Jersey, in New York, and everything. The ghost of that blue and white Gaddy, he come out here with that blue and white trunks and them bleached hair, and some people calling about his English version Arthur, because his name is Arturo in Italian, so that's Arthur in English, and he still has a chokehold on that city.
Yeah.
They love Gaddy.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Gaddy.
New Yorkers are mostly action fighters, though. That area is action. Like, it's about action.
And we all know, of course, Gaddy with the right complexion to get the connection, but at the same time, no matter what, even when he took that massive licking against Floyd, he was the A-side. He got more money than Floyd that night. Mm-hmm. All around the board. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing was people loved that Gaddy came to get it no matter what.
Yeah, he was
you tipped your hat to him. He didn't lay down. Now, why do I reference this to Shakur? Because you know what people going to say when they see me saying, oh, so you want Shakur to go in there and get beat? If you think that that's what I'm saying, you have not watched me or watched me box before or watched or heard people talk about me boxing or whatever ever. Because that's some bull. Because I'm around fighters who you see the the accumulation of what they went through and how it could have been avoided. But Shakur, literally, you're going in there on in a sense, a contract year. Your contract. You know how these players, they play real good on their contract year? Because they know when they go back to the table, we talked about it last episode. You know, when you go to that table, they're going to say, well, you only sell when you're at home and you didn't do good this sale and this sale and this sale. And we got to put this much behind you. And remember I said, I wouldn't be surprised they offer him. I think I didn't say a number, but I did say since he's a champion and is in the top 3, he's going to get a minimum. And I couldn't remember because the person who taught me it was certain other fighters, but also Paulie Malignaggi was another one who reiterated when you kind of like incentives in the NBA or the NFL, when you do this or do that, there's an incentive in your contract and you get a bonus. So if you become a world champ, or if you lose that world title, but you're still ranked in the top 3, you're still eligible to be getting over 6 figures. Like you're not going to get nothing less than $1 million, no matter what. Yeah. But you can still look at it and be like, I ain't signing this contract. I'm worth more than $1 million, you know, because when you sign for $1 million, you thinking, yeah, low ball side, high ball, I'm trying to walk away with at least 600,000, 700,000. Low ball, you walking away with 350, 400,000. I ever get one of my little cousin Keon, when we was talking about that junk, about paying taxes in Canada, like international tax. He cooling off. We cooling off. We all getting dressed about the league. He go, wait, so if I fight for $1 million, I don't get $1 million? Be like, nah, shawty. You see, you so hot, bro. And once again, Shakur gets his contract. What does the contract say? $3 million guaranteed low ball. And for people who don't know, that's $3 million no matter what. That's not counting the gate percentage, the pay-per-view buy percentage, basically your whole back end. The $3 million is your guarantee, but also we all know, that's his front end. Your back end is your sponsors, your percentage of the gate, the percentage calculated after the pay-per-view buys, and so you're thinking of hopefully he walks away with 5, something like that, just to throw out a number. You cannot go in there and you are begging that I want to fight at home because I'm gonna sell at home. And then you go in there with this guy, you tell them, oh yeah, but I'm gonna stop him. You said it leading up to the fight. You said it after the first and second round that you had him. And then you literally wouldn't let your hands go. When you've been in there with more dangerous guys, that he's been in there with more dangerous dudes that I've seen hit him, and you would think to yourself, because I've been there, when you get hit by a guy and it's like none of his shots bother you, but this one little sneaky shot was like, woof, like, oh, I gotta really respect that. It give you a reason to respect him, like kind of be a little more cautious. It wasn't even that type of party with this guy. And I'm thinking, man, he gonna start walking this boy down. And Adam's the one meeting you in the center of the ring. That just doesn't make sense to me. It just don't, bro. And now I'm gonna just put it like this. I'm gonna keep it all the way tall. If I'm gonna say all of this stuff, I do have to defend Shakur. Not only for his skill set, but also as a fighter. I'm gonna defend him. Like ESPN, Top Rank, y'all foul for that. Even though one of my dreams is to commentate for them one day, but I have to tell the truth. That's not cool that you sit there and you show the fans walking out. Now somebody gonna say, well, it was close to the end of the night, maybe they posted that or they showed that to show that, man, he beat this boy so bad that they walk out. Bull. And I'm gonna tell you why that's bull. Because when Edgar Berlanga fought Steve Rowe at the Garden, remember that fight? And people were booing by round 4. People were been walking out. They ain't show it then.
They ain't show nothing.
They didn't show that when it was Edgar Berlanga. They didn't show. Exactly.
Shakur made it known before that. Yeah, I'm out of here.
Like, you didn't show that with Edgar Berlanga. You didn't show that with so many of your other fighters that were fighting on your cards, and I forget the other names that I mentioned on my show, but I knew that one of them was Edgar Berlanga. And when they were fighting, you said you didn't sit there and try to, oh yeah, these people are walking out, or I'm gonna go get my coffee now. Oh, it's time for me to drink the coffee and all this other stuff. You didn't do that to them. So what was it about Shakur that made you do that? What was it?
He wasn't locked in. Hey, you ain't re-up? You ain't signed that deal? Oh, we got something for you.
Yeah. My thing is that you cannot sit there and say you want a guy back. Because to me, when you do that, that tells me you don't really want Shakur to come back.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like Shakur should be just like how Bud did Bob Earn. Remember when Bob Earn was running his mouth and he sat right there and Bud went, so you can release me now. You know that, right? You just do it now. If I'm losing that much money, let me go now.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bob got a history of bad breakups, bro.
Yes.
Bud.
Yes. Oscar De La Hoya.
Hey, all of them. Floyd.
Let's go all the way back. Let's go back and look at Hagler, where they was going to take him to court. They was going to take him. Hagler was about to take him to court if he didn't get a shot at the belt.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he goes in there, fights Vito Antuofermo, busts Vito Antuofermo up so bad he had to get multiple stitches all over his face, even though Vito Antuofermo was a bleeder. He was known for cuts. But point being, Marvin just won the fight hands down. To the point where when they went to the center of the ring, the ref had already had it to where he whispered to Goody and Pat Petronelli, for those who don't know Hagler's trainers. They're a family. They were all a family. The Petronellis, Hagler was an honorary Petronelli, basically, and he worked for them leading up to his fight. He worked for their construction company too, so the referee said, hey, once they announce you, we're all gonna turn this way to this camera so I could get a picture and put it on my wall of, whatever. And then, boom, it's a draw. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that that's when that happened. Yeah. When Hagler went through the gauntlet of leaving Brockton and going to Philly and fighting all the middleweights, because that was the lion's den of middleweights back then. If you wanted to make your bones back then, after you made a record, because you got to think, nobody considered Hagler a great fighter unless you was a hardcore fan. Nobody considered Hagler a great fighter until he had almost 30, 40 fights. So Marvin went to what they called the Lions Den, and that was fighting at the Spectrum in Philly, and it was called the Gauntlet Nights. I forgot how they used to promote it, but it was basically all the top middleweight: Benny Briscoe, Cyclone Hart, Jesse Hart Warhart's dad. Yeah, killer. Would have been a world champ in this era. Straight killer. Willie the Willie the Worm Monroe, Willie the Mongoose Monroe, Willie Monroe. His folks, yes, beat Hagler. Beat him flat out too. Beat him flat out, and then had to fight him again in a snowstorm. And he came back and stopped him. But he went through that gauntlet, fought Benny Briscoe, for all these guys, killers. And then he was trying to get the shot at the title, and he just kept hitting brick wall after brick wall. So because of that, he went to do a lawsuit towards Bob Earl about not getting the shot, and they threatened to take Bob Earl to, I think it was the Supreme Court. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look. But basically, like, if you don't, we're gonna take you to court. And Bob Earl put him up for the world title, and it was against Vito. I believe the next fight was Vito Antuofermo, and it happened to be a draw. And here's the kicker: guess how much he got paid that night fighting for the title? $40,000.
Wow.
$40,000. Go look it up, because it pissed Marvin off. Because Marvin was so pissed off about it. Because guess who fought on that same card? Another big fight that you know about that you probably don't know was on the same card.
Which one?
Sugar Ray Leonard versus Wilfredo Benitez.
Oh, for real?
Yes, that was the same card. Same card.
Dang.
And so Sugar Ray fights Wilfred Benitez. Guess how much Ray got paid that night? First world title shot. First world title shot. And you got to remember, really pissed Marvin off because when Ray turned pro and he went and, everybody loved the Ray and everything, when Marvin got paid for his title fight, 40,000, Ray got that for his pro debut. Think about that, $40,000 in 1976. 1976.
That was some bread back then.
Huh? You walk into a corner store with $1. You coming out with stuff in both hands.
Yeah. I'm talking. I got groceries for the week for a dub. I'm trying to.
So
some bread back then, like my folks tell me about that. Look, I wasn't born then. I ain't that old.
he got $1 million. Ray got $1 million. So that further pissed Marvin off even more. That, man, I'm set up. They, they really don't like me. Yeah, they really, really, really ate at him for I think till his dying day. No matter how much he says, it's kind of like Frazier against Ali. It's like, yeah, me and Ray are cool. But you still every now and again you catch Marvin to his dying day saying some stuff about Ray. That little motherfucker always ran all night.
I mean, the fact that he thought he won, he said, "Man, I won that fight." Then the fact that fact, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can imagine. It's just it's layer on top of layer.
Exactly.
Like, it's hard to peel that away.
It was the fact that not that he lost, but it was the fact that it was Ray that he lost to. That's was the problem. And then not only that he lost, but you got to remember back then, up until that fight, you had to beat the crap off the champ to get the belt. You had to knock him out or punish him to get the belt. And Ray fought that way. Any other person, they would have took the fight away from him. So you lost. You didn't go take it from the champ. So that's why Marvin felt the way that he felt. And you have a lot of people to this day who feel like Marvin won. Even Ray's wife felt like he lost. Ray's wife, Miss Juanita said, I'm glad you won. I'm glad you got up and safe. But she thought he was going to get hurt. She said, she said, man, you going in there with one eye against the most menacing man who ain't lost in over 10 years.
Dangerous.
and she's like, he said, I'm glad you out of the ring safe. I'm glad it's over, but I think Marvin beat you. You see, it's going out.
Sound like Adrian. You can't beat him. You know how strong he is. You can't beat him.
So when you're looking at somebody like Shakur, and you're going into this fight, you gotta you already know the odds is against you because of your style. You got top rank. You got to basically go in there with the mind frame of, even though I'm at home, I'm not at home. I'm set up to lose tonight. In every way, shape, and form, I'm set up to lose. So I got to stomp this boy. And it just did not understand because I felt like he was in no inherent danger. And for someone who always professes about his vision is his special gift, you should have been able to do what you've done in so many other fights with stopping these dudes with body shots in the pocket, pulling back, rocking off, boom, all this other. Where you had the perfect guy in front of you. Arnem's work rate wasn't even the same like it was in the Frank Martin fight. Remember he was throwing all them punches?
Yeah, he wasn't even doing it. He wasn't doing it. And Shakur hurt him to the body multiple times. Visibly. Hurt. Like, visibly. I'm like, man, jump on him, but he wouldn't jump on him. I'm like, oh my God. It was just like irritating me. For real. I'm like, you know you need this knockout, bro. Go get your bread. I'm rooting for the man to get his bread, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, go get your money, go get him. But it was him. He's a careful fighter, which I understand. I get it. But like, it's something I always say on this show. And I scream it till the wolves come home. It's 3 things you could have that'll turn you into a superstar for a casual: knockout power, an extremely exciting style or the gift of gab.
Hmm.
You know, if you could talk it like, all right, people will buy in.
Yep.
Knockouts sell regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Or just a style that is so exciting and Roy Jones. Even though Roy had the gift of gab too. But you know what I mean?
And Roy was starching dudes in the first two. Remember, he was like 19-0 with 19 knockouts starting off.
Yeah. It's still power. But I'm talking about just that style. Just that style. Something exciting. Something that, you know what I'm saying? People talking about Ben Whitaker right now. A lot. You know? It's like, just something like, just that style. Just something like that. It's one of them three, you win the door. Shakur don't have none of that, like, to me right now. And that's why I say him going with Floyd will probably turn that up, at least with the mouthpiece. That's
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I wanna say this, and I can't. And I've been saving this statement for, I want to say, 3 years now about Shakur, and I never said it on no platform. Even though I was just doing shorts, even on Slip and Counter, not once.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope you and Uncle She clip this, hashtag it, and post it, and let it go. Shakur, you probably remember me and you at Rosecroft. That night, we were all at Road. Me, you, Michael Fox, all of us was chilling at Rosecroft that night talking. And I told you, I said, boy, your skills undeniable, man. Go get yours. But no, they gonna hate on you. You was like, I got you. And you got me out. You kept it moving. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something that I learned a long time ago. And I'm pretty sure your grandfather could tell you this. Go look at the conversation that was said between Joe Frazier and Mark Hagler. Joe Frazier, and I'm telling you this, Shakur, you can't afford to keep doing what you're doing. As messed up as it is, you should be dressed down and adored for your skill sets and your gift, but it just don't work like that. You are coming in this sport, and you know how we were taught going to different tournaments, you go to different fights, going to the pros, whatever, how certain guys go to fights and they already down 3 rounds to nothing coming out the dressing room. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Even though you've been the A side since turning pro, you have come out the entrance way. Even at home, even winning world titles, even going into another weight class winning world titles, you've always come in with the public down 3 rounds to nothing. You gotta understand, you already got 3 strikes against you. 1, you're a southpaw. 2, you're black. 3, you're damn good. You gotta remember that. And another person that was told to was Hagler told that. Hagler was told that from Joe Frazier. And Georgie Benton told that to Sweet Pea. Now, I hope you understand the names I just said. Because you got to remember who Georgie Benton, and Georgie Benton didn't get a shot at the belt. Because of how good he was. People didn't want to put him up against their fighter. And the only way that he could get a shot at the title is if he signed with the mob. And he wouldn't do it. And this is a guy who would take any bad fight that you threw out there. He fought Ruben Hurricane Carter when Hurricane Carter was like destroying him. Maybe he destroyed Emil Griffith. Like, he was a menace. And like, when you look at them old clip, man, Hurricane Carter, he was called Hurricane because of how he would come all the way up, and it was sharp. All his 6-inch punches was sharp, fast. You gotta remember, back then they didn't wear 8 ounces, but they wore 6 ounces. 6 ounce horseheads. Oh my God.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Don't hit me again.
And you gotta think this is the peak of technology for them. Like, oh yeah, we're not fighting bare knuckle, or
Yeah.
yeah, man, we got good padding.
This horsehair. We got this horsehair. All this horsehair,
Yeah, we got
man.
all this horsehair now. Man, yeah, we're good.
What?
Oh no, God bless them.
I still feel your knuckles.
Oh, God. And the thumb didn't attach. The thumb didn't even attach. You could open your hand up, thumb the guy if you wanted to. Yes. You know that, man. The thumb and them gloves back then didn't start to be what you see now. Like, you see how the gloves today got that little thing right here on the side, like a little nub, and then the string attaches right here to the thumb.
Yeah.
Back then, it was just straight down, and then it goes to the thumb.
Thumb come out. Wow.
Yeah, so you could do this. It didn't start to attach. They didn't attach the thumb until like 86, 84.
What broken thumbs back there?
Yeah, broken thumbs, a lot of poked eyes, a lot of scratch irises, and a whole bunch of stuff. And some of it was on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I imagine, yeah. Shoot.
Or what they would do is see, today you got to do this. When you spin a guy, if you want to get away with it and the referee on this side, let's say the referee on this side, and me and you in the clinch, and I'll bring my hand up to block and also block his vision, but block whatever you throw. If I want to pull your arm, I gotta do it with these days with the glove. I gotta go either under, go like this. Back then, you could go look at Willie Pett when he did. Willie Pett would open his whole hand, grab your elbow, and move you, and he gone. So Shakur, you have to realize that this is coming from. You got Joe Frazier saying this to Marvin Hagler because of what Marvin Hagler was going through. Then you fast forward, you got Georgie Benton. Who was Georgie Benton really, really tight went in the corner with? Joe Frazier. Pretty sure he was around for that conversation. Then he goes off and he gets the 84 Olympic team. Who's on that 84 Olympic team? A guy who I always hear people say boxing is the same old chicken, different seasoning. It's the same old chicken, different seasoning. Like, for instance, Ben Whitaker. Everybody loving what he did, but guess what? That was done. Gustus was doing that how many years ago? But it's just his own little seasoning on it. It's his own thing. Prince Hakeem Ahmed was doing it.
I was about to say it's like a Prince back, you know what I'm saying? But modernized
a mix of DNA. Like, you know how they say, you use the tape. Emmanuel Augustus' DNA, take Ray Leonard's DNA, and then take Hamid's DNA. Put it, shake it up, right? Ben Whitaker.
You got Ben.
There you go. But it's just it's the same chicken, different seasoning. Mm-hmm. So, but with Sweet Pea was the only guy I ever heard my father say. I said, Dad, you know how you say, everybody eats the same fighters every day, just different style. They put their own little style to it. Now, never forget, it's the only time I ever heard my father say something like this. I said, will there ever be another Sweet Pea? And he never stops doing what he's doing, going up the stage. He goes, oh, no. Sweet Pea was one of a kind.
Sweet Pea was that dude.
Sweet Pea was, he literally said, he goes, oh, no. Nah, man, Sweet Pea was one of a kind. Yeah. I'm going to be another Sweet Pea, man. And the way he said it
extremely gifted
was like... Like, there ain't no shot in hell.
Yeah. It's like you can't hit him. He's sharp as all out. That's like, come on, man. A lot of things. I don't think nowadays a lot of people even try some of the stuff Sweet Pea was doing.
Exactly, because you can end up really hurt badly.
Not even gonna try it. Like, man.
And Georgie Benton told Sweet Pea the same thing. So you got 3 strikes against you, Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
1, you're southpaw. 2, you're black. 3, you're good. Mm. And then, Shakur, you got to walk in there thinking the same thing. Because here's the thing. People are somebody, I'm not going to say who it was, say like, oh, well, Sweet Pea was like, no, Sweet Pea wasn't born. Sweet Pea trying to knock you the fuck out. Mm. There was some knockout. Sweet Pea was like, man, go look at what Buddy McGirt said about when he got hit. Well, I was gonna say, man, he'll hit you with a left hand to the body, make your legs do some different type of things. Then, like, Sweet Pea, go look at when he fought Diabolis Hurtado, the dude from Cuba. The fight right before Oscar De La Hoya. He fought him on ESPN, and all of this is in reference to Shakur. This is Sweet Pea already got a Hall of Fame career. Sweet Pea is already done for multiple weight class, won multiple world titles. Now he's fighting Hurtado. He's on ESPN2, I believe. And Hurtado dropped him. Dropped him. Clean drop. You know, Sweet Pea. Remember when Sweet Pea used to get dropped? It would always be like he get dropped on his butt and he get up, he do it.
It's because you're off balance or something. Yeah.
And he do this every time he get up. He make the Martin face and walk around the
ring. Ain't do nothing.
And then I'm like, what the heck? And then he's losing big. Each round, Sweet Pea looking at millions of dollars go down the drain. Because guess who's in the building? The Golden Boy. Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Because that fight was basically already signed, sealed, and delivered. He just had to get past the top. And Oscar De La Hoya is sweating bullets with the fight going on.
Oh, man.
Why did you put him up against a Cuban? Go look at who Hurtado is. Hurtado was a known Cuban, defected. Man, that dude could box, man. He could fight, man. Hurtado was bad. And they got to them late rounds, and they got in Sweet Pea. You need a knockout. This is over. It's over. Sweet Pea. I got you. All right, man. All right, chill. You go out there, and that's the highlight. You probably don't. Have you ever seen a Hurtado fight?
Nah, I ain't seen it. I don't remember that
one. I bet you've seen the knockout,
I've probably seen it, but I don't remember it, yeah.
I'm a refresh your memory. I bet you've seen the knockout and didn't even know that was the fight I'm talking about. Yeah. Sweet Pea walks out there, slid over and cornered with an overhand left, and Hurtado was on the rope like this, and he just straightened it, loop it, straightened it, loop it, and then the young goes over his hand off the rope. And he go and they pick him up, he looking at the girl, what? You know how he used to, him and Johnny Tappy used to stick their stomach out and they choke up? And crushed youngin. Crushed him. If Sweet Pea in any way, shape, or form felt like you didn't belong in there with him, even when he moved up weight classes, if he was sent out there to go get you, he went and got you.
He's going to get you. Yeah.
He went and got you. Sweet Pea is just like Floyd in the sense of Sweet Pea had broken hands. You know, one of the reasons why the stacking rule is the way it is because of Sweet Pea. Go look at some of Sweet Pea's photo. Now they used to do the photo shoots back then. It used to be a black and white picture. You come in there with your belts, they spray you with water and make you look like you're sweating. And Sweet Pea, they took a picture of him like this, and it was at this restaurant. Man, that daggone padding was up to here. He didn't have no gloves on. It was just the wrap. The padding all the way up to here. Huge padding. And you can see how he stacked it. They put the flat down, tape it. Then they flipped it back, tape. Then they put another pad and taped it. I'm like, God, oh my God. And then you gotta remember back then they skinning the glove, tying it up to here. So you know when he hit you, it was a boom like a pole. Yeah. So the pad, like him and Tito Trinidad used to stack the shit out of their stuff. Like, so when they hit you, it felt like a bat hitting you, like a pole. Like, so the point is that he was like Floyd because Floyd and Sweet Pea both, after all the issues they had with their shoulders, their hands, or whatever, you didn't see people just running after them.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't just, oh, they slippery and they countering me.
They had enough to keep you
It was
honest.
because, they kept you, there you go, perfect, what you just, they kept you honest. Because it was a sharp shot. It was a sharp shot, like, ooh, okay. And it still peppered you just enough to where you knew that you got a cherry now. Now you got a cherry. Now you got a little mouse.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing critical, but you know if that can happen, then this can happen.
Yeah, they had enough to hurt you. Look at when Floyd got mad with Ortiz.
Yes, Ortiz, I was just about to say that.
Yep. Like, all right, go and get up out of here.
Because you remember, you done seen many a guy sneak a guy during a fight, and they just, hey man, chill. Nah, I mean it was you. That's when you know it's a pro, when he could just, oh yeah, you know what, and just sit on it, and it was like sharp with just the right amount of shoulder and everything. Get him out of here.
Yeah, you out of here. Yeah, speaking of Shakur, no hate, Shakur. I'm sorry, but somebody had was talking about his puncher power, and they brought up that old street fight video at the gas station.
Oh, at the club with him and Day. With him and Day.
And it was like, Shakur couldn't even knock this dude out. How you gonna knock somebody out? I said, come on, Joe, y'all ain't gotta do that to the back.
That's messed up. They going hell for that. You know what? That's messed up, yo. That's so foul on so many levels.
Hey, social media.
I ain't got time.
Man. Internet.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
Internet credit, man.
Internet credit, man. Cruddy.
Internet credit, man.
And the thing is, though, Shakur has to understand that you got to mentally go in there thinking you down 3 or 4 rounds to nothing. And that these other fighters, once again from yesteryear, that had a mentality of go get them, they would, even the fights where Sweet Pea didn't stop guys, he was hitting guys with some flush stuff to where you went, oh my God. You know, and it wasn't just making them look bad. You can make them look bad, Shakur, but you got to sit there and give people something to look at and be like, God, dog, stop this thing. Remember,
make them stop it at least.
Make them have to. Just look at when Bud was beating on Earl. Remember when Earl wasn't falling at first? He was getting dropped, but he wasn't
you just started feeling sorry for Earl. Like, hey, stop this.
Man, I never forget. Wolf went to the Carnage, and they went to the fight, and they was talking, and somebody from the lower row said, "Man, I paid $17,000 for this to see this." Basically saying, "Dang, I thought it was gonna be more of a back and forth."
This one sided.
Now this,
I'm seeing the ass whooping.
Exactly. So he said, man, you had the Dallas Cowboys team were all together. They stood and they like this, man. Like, you remember the Simpsons episode? He said, stop, he's already dead. Oh, I feel so bad. I just did that. I gotta walk away. My bad, dog.
Damn. It's what happened, man. It's what happened. Like you said, man, I felt bad, bro. I was sitting there like, yo, he dog walking him, man. And I picked Earl that fight. I'm like, he dog walking Earl right now. I'm like, no, this is bad. Like Earl looked like a fish out of water. He looked overmatched, and yeah, like you said. That's what Shakur need to do to somebody. Like, that's what he need to do. Make it so that if you're going to have one-sided fights, don't have it just one-sided where I'm just bink, 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 nothing. Bink, 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 nothing. No. I need to see some damage. Like, after the fight, you're like, damn. You're like, sound like what you call it. Did he even pinch? Did he? Did he even
The thing that killed me is that I remember being in camp with Gary when Gary had just turned pro. And Gary was probably like 6, 7-0 at the time, 8-0. And I remember I heard we gonna start torquing the punches more in this camp. And Sweetie was like, all right. And I was like, twerking it? And he said, yeah. You know how you turn, normally, you turn your punches over. He said, now we're going to turn it over just a little more, like all the way. Because that's when you start cutting guys up.
Yeah, because that joint,
Yep.
like it
That leather on leather, skin on skin.
Yeah.
And you start cutting the guy up, you start ripping stuff open that. And then especially like the way I was taught, I'll never forget this. My dad was like, oh, he got high cheekbones, go right for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I went and I saw your eyes drooped a little bit to the side, I'm going for the corners. Because I know once I keep hitting it, this is going to go down. It's going to start doing this. Not like this. It's going to go from that droop in the corner because it's scar tissue. It's going to go all the way and it's going to take its course.
Yeah.
And when you see scar tissue, when you see them little cuts that wasn't stitched up, but they let it heal naturally, so you can kind of see like an inner darker piece inside of it. Instead of it being one line, it looks like the cut, but it's like, oh, I could easily open that back. There you go. And I don't see that philosophy from like, remember when Oscar fought Vargas and Vargas got cut under the eye? Mm-hmm. And Oscar kept going at that cut.
I'm about to say it's target practice after that. That's when it becomes a target. That's how it used to be back then. It was like, oh, he cut. Oh, he got a target now. That was the commentator's favorite saying. It's blood. It's red. It's because it's a target. The fighter would force shots to that target. They would everything going right to that target until that thing just like, stop this, champ. Like, it was a target. Even a black eye target. You can't see out that eye.
When that eye started to mouse up, and he just started, he kept,
yep.
And then he stopped doing it right here. He started going right for that eye with Ray. And every time he would hit Ray, it would be like right when Ray see it at the last second, like, because you would see Ray go,
yeah.
Because he's trying to pull away from it, and it still touches on it at the end. It's like, God. Oh, and you see that eye start to bubble, and it's like, oh, God, it's going to be a long night. Yeah. And I don't see that from Shakur, and that bothers me a lot, because it's like, dude, you already know the type of fighter you are and the type of climate we in with social media. Not saying you should give a fuck about what these people got to say. I'm not saying that, but you should take some of it for food for thought and say, you know what, this beating I'm gonna put on him is because of y'all. Mm-hmm. This beating I'm putting on it because of y'all. Running y'all mouth.
Yeah. Hey, let us motivate you. Like, let us motivate you. Everybody talking so down on you. And this ain't from this fight. From the De Los Santos fight, everybody was down on you. So this should have been that fight that you said, you know what? I'm going out here. I'm putting everything out here. He's going to sleep. I don't care what I got to do. He's going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You're supremely more skilled than this dude.
You made dudes take a knee. Yeah. He was making dudes take a knee and quit for body shots. Where's that guy at?
Yeah. I mean, the body shots was obviously hurting him. Keep digging in there. I see you weak down there. I'm going to keep going there. You know what I'm saying?
Not just that, Uncle C's, but I know Shakur got a mean streak. I've seen it. Where was that mean streak? It's like, oh, you keep on tucking in on these body shots. No, cut them off. And then I'm going to purposely, until the ref tells me to stop, and run you into this forearm and push you on purpose, and then shoot that 6 behind your elbow, and then push you off some boom. So, hey. No. It's like, all right, do it again. Boom, until I get the
next
hard
round,
warning.
Do it again, the hard warning. Yeah.
Like, cause it could debilitate a guy mentally as well. Gotta give a guy. I never forget what my dad said. He said, you gotta give a guy a reason sometimes to call it a night. Mm-hmm. Gotta give him a reason. Because Artem had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He getting another big 6-figure payday
Mm-hmm.
to be there because he performed well against Frank. So now let's go ahead past that because now let's look at the other news here. This kid is turned down. The contract was $3 million guaranteed. You heard early in the show, y'all broke down the contract or whatever. It was guaranteed $3 million, 5 fights, $15 million total. So that's all I want to find. He turned it down. Cool. We don't know what's the number he was basically looking for, but obviously $3 million ain't it. So what's his next move? Because if y'all remember when I did the show on Sunday, as soon as I brought up this topic, somebody went in the chat and said Mayweather. And then I was like, no. And then I thought about it. If you watch the clip, I do like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all might be right. Because I don't mind saying I'm wrong. I'm like, yo, y'all might be right. Because you go to Mayweather to get to Tank. Because it's an easy fight to be made.
It's right there.
Boom, you make that. You get 20, 30 million. And worry about the rest later. Worry about the rest later. Let's just get to this. But you gotta know, like we said, you definitely, when you fight Tank, you going in as the B-side. You're definitely going in down 4 rounds to nothing. Man. You coming out that dressing room.
Minimum.
I never forget Gabe Rosado said that junk, man. He came out the dressing room. Somebody said, good luck, Gabe. And he said, thank you. He said, just know you down 3 rounds to nil. Because over there they say nil. He said, you down 3 rounds to nil already. And he was fighting Martin Murray and Mickey Conlon in the Olympics. He already beat that dude 2 times. Crushed him. He gets to the entrance and the coach saying, yeah, my guy's gonna beat Mickey. He said, what? How many? He said 3-0. He was like, what? 3-0? I'm gonna beat him twice. And he was like, what? And then he got it, and then he sees what's going on, and then you really start to see Mickey beat the slap out of him. Remember when Mickey Conlon, them pictures of him with all that blood all over him? That's where we started to pick it up and crush the dude. Shakur, you gotta definitely know without a shadow of a doubt that you're going in 4 rounds to nothing. And the rounds that you outbox him to win, you gotta know for sure, if I don't punctuate, I'm winning the round, but if I don't punctuate the round against Tank.
One shot could win the round for Tank.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And we already know if you fight Tank, you're not getting a rematch clause, so don't even start crying about it. Know that if you crying about fighting Tank, let's call it what it is. You've been crying. You've been crying to fight Tank. You already know you're gonna be the B-side. You're going in there, and you're not getting no 21 or 22 or 20 by 20 or 22 by 20 for ring. It ain't happening. Nope. It ain't happening.
We will get a 2x2, a 4x4 ring. Fighting this time.
Tank gonna be like, man, you getting a 19 by 19, you getting an 18 by 18. Shut the fuck up. Like, this is straight up that you gonna get this. You gonna get a 19 by 17. So I'm like, man, it's gonna be something where he ain't gotta step around. He gotta take too big of a step to cut you off. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing wild like no 17 by 17. I will be freaking shocked if he did that. But
Shakur wouldn't even take that. He'd be like, nah, you ain't giving me a chance.
Man, you trying to take my legs from me.
Man, what? Giving me a chance, champ.
Man, you trying to take my legs, man. You cutting my legs, man. I can hear him now.
You want to fight, don't you? That's how Tank move, though. You know that's how they move him. Oh, you LB ain't playing no games with my boy.
and the ring ain't gonna be this thing. No. That ring gonna be about that thick. So every time he steps, Man, by the time you get to the 6th round, and this calf must start
be
getting
tired
tight.
as a mother.
Like, God.
All kind of padding up under that joint.
Oh my God! And then I'm pretty sure tanking them, man. In the LBA, we're gonna tighten up the ropes because for people who don't know, the champion can suggest how tight or loose he wants the ropes to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She gonna feel like barbed wire, my boy. She gonna feel like barbed wire.
We gonna get you right here.
You ain't no right here. You right here. You go right there. You slide past, you gonna see a nice little line going down Shakur's back every time you slide down the rope. Like, oh,
man, the ropes paper cut. I got paper cuts from the ropes.
Man, I got a few. I still got one. Where is it? Yeah, I still got right here. I got one right here. Then that and of course it came from pull, and I, you know how you can do that. You slide.
Trying to get out the way, yeah.
And the worst is you don't feel it then. No.
Next day, you like, man, what happened to my back?
Man, what? Man, oh, you gonna sit on that stool and your sweat start getting it because it puckers up. That red line puckers up. It's like you ever been hit with a wiffle ball bat growing up? Like somebody hit you with a wiffle ball bat and it's like a little red line.
Okay,
it looked like a little speed bump a little bit. And then all of a sudden that sweat start getting in it. You like, what the heck? And they pour water on top of your head. You're like,
yeah, the water. You're like,
And all of a sudden, I swear this is how I went. I went like the first round game. I go, I don't know what's going on.
Like, well, my back burning.
Then I come back and shit. Like, yo, man, something right here, Dad. It's like, oh, yeah, that's the rope. Like, what's in the rope? What's in the rope? Like, that's why I be mad that they be putting the little sponges on the ropes now. You know, they put the little the swim noodles. They put the swim noodles on the ropes now. No, make them motherfuckers feel what I got.
Feel that pain. I had to deal with it.
You know what it feel like? You know when you watch the Kentucky Derby?
Oh, you hit the rope.
Go, motherfucker, go. Go. I swear that's what it feel like. Every time I went past the ropes, all of a sudden I had like a speed burst. I had a speed burst for like 2 laps around the ring. My feet went a little bit faster. That's exactly what the hell it felt like. Man, but Shakur got to go in there knowing Tank gonna make sure the ring is the way he wants it, the ropes is the way he wants it. He already know if I could be winning the round, but if I don't punctuate the round, I lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're gonna make it a 10-10 for him.
Yeah,
I have to know that if I don't choose to every now and again be in the pocket and win an exchange, that I automatically lost the round.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about being when you get in that fight with Tank. You might get them first few rounds, but eventually, like you said, attrition gonna start, and you're gonna have to be in that mix.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be in that mix. You're gonna have to win those exchanges. You're gonna have to still be defensively responsible and not fall for the traps. It's a lot of mental pressure with that, and with a short ring is even more.
But here's the thing.
Mental pressure.
Like you saw Frank fought good. Like he has nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, no.
And he got life-changing money. Mm-hmm. And even when he got to the ropes, even though later on he got to the ropes because of attrition and everything, but as the thing about Shakur is we got people now questioning, well, you already know he ain't gonna be in that pocket with him. The worst thing about this with Shakur is that he was better off setting up this fight with Tank 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, well, what's the now you the stock done fell on your end now.
What we say about Floyd? Floyd had enough to keep you honest. That's questioning about Shakur. Do we have enough to really keep Tank honest?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially the Tank that we got now.
No.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
that's
Not
the
at all.
question. Like, can you? Because I mean, you couldn't hurt. I mean, you hurt him, but you couldn't really drop him. You know,
Hmm.
and De Los Santos was the same way. It's like, okay, can you really? You know what I mean? But and like I say, I think Tank. I mean, you know, Shakur's defense is impeccable.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. He got tremendous defense. But I think Tank can catch you.
but here's the thing. Going back to when Ray fought Tommy, you knew the explosion was gonna never forget what he made. Go look at Legendary Nights. Remember what the man used to say? He had warned Tommy because Dad told me. I said, man, was still. I never forget and watched it. This is when it first premiered years ago. And man used to say, I told Tommy, I warned Tommy, the explosion is gonna happen sooner or later. Ray was much stronger than people realized. So I said, Dad, was he that from? Dad said, yeah, that little motherfucking hit. Because remember, Dad was in the amateurs with him for years. Even though Dad was a 119 pounder, they were all on the same team.
Same team, yeah.
And back then, Ray was a brawler. That whole bounce on the toes and the beautiful tassels and look at how pretty none of that.
None of that.
When Ray, Dad told me when Ray was coming up in the amateurs, he was a straight brawler.
He was a Palmer Park youngin.
Exactly. When you saw him come up, and you know how everybody shoot shot like this. It gained massive appeal because you saw him come up. But the reason where it came from was because he would get in the street fights and he would be so little. So he would go and come up top. Yeah. That's where that came from. And Ollie Dunlap said, man, he caught Ray's sternum. Bam! Oh my God. Long night. And watch how that fight changed, because then he hurts Tommy. And then the fight totally reversed. And Tommy started to outbox Ray. And Man Stewart said, bro, head on the cards, you know. But Ray had to turn it into a street fight. He had to turn it into an intelligent street fight.
You had to dig deep.
And my father always told me, he said, you don't never want to take unnecessary punishment. You always want the punishment that you take to be, well, that's the type of fight it was. You don't never want to take no punishment and have it look, man, he look like a fool. Like, I remember one, can I say the fighter's name? Yeah, I think I could say the fighter's name. So Jared, when he fought Oscar Molina, he had the little mouse on his eye. So he was scared to like kind of like show me because he knew how perfectionist I was with. So he comes home and you know how the bubble is like a little mouse. He had a little mouse, and then you know when it started, then it's a little black, and then as it heals, it turns yellow. Blah, blah, blah. So he goes, "Yeah, I know you mad, Junior. You know." I said, "No, you fought beautiful." I said, "You look beautiful. You look beautiful, man. You fought great. That's the type of fight it was. It's okay."
Yeah. Mouse is happy.
The type of fight it was that's how it was, and he didn't fight stupid and get that mouse. You know, you say, man, you was right. Man, he threw hooks on it because the reason why the mouse came because I told him, I said, yo, I know that Molina family. One day I'm gonna tell you the whole story, but I'm gonna keep it short. Basically, I was like, oh, you fight Molina? Man, they typical strong Latino fighters. They throw hooks in the middle and at the end of every combination. Like Jared Fighter. Every time you keep bringing up, every time he just kept throwing hooks. And he told me, he said, man, I kept throwing them hooks. And, you know, so fast forward, he fought Trout. Y'all remember how that fight went. And he comes home, he got that nasty cut and the stitches. And he's like, yeah, Junior, look, man, you see, I finally got cut. I said, you look like a damn fool. and it pisses me off even thinking about that. Like back then, like I was pissed when he said, "What, Junior?" I said, "Man, you should not have that cut on your face, man." Damn, bro. And he was like, "Man, you know it was a headbutt though. I don't give a shit." Oh man, I was pissed.
Tried to cut my man.
Yeah, like we was in camp for how long? I was the only one in camp who could fight southpaw, who could switch. So what Uncle Nestor would do is, all right, Junior, you going at Jared for 4 rounds straight, so southpaw.
You punished me for all them rounds, so you can come home with it.
You jackass. Punk motherfucker. Forget you too, Uncle. See, he's laughing.
My bad, bro. Now, I know you tell me about being in the ring because you be like, man, he's big, man. I can't get around him. Woo. So you trying to tell me you beat my ass and had me in here stressed out, and then you come on with this?
And then you gonna tell me, man, remember when he kept trying to switch southpaw against Austin Trout? He said, man, I don't know how you be doing it, Junior. I said, what you mean? Like, I tried to switch. I said, man, you look like a baby trying to walk when he switched southpaw.
It's tough.
That Bama was doing, like, at one point, Jerry was completely parallel. I'm like, dude, your feet, your fucking feet.
It's tough. Switching tough, man. I'm like, man, because I go southpaw. And trying to go the other way, I'm like, man, I don't even know where my hand go. Like it just feel weird. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, I'll show you how I teach people at the gym. I'm gonna show you quick. This is how easy you can do it. So if I'm standing, right, you know how you ride a skateboard, right? You be like this. Now, of course, when you ride a skateboard, your legs are completely side by side. So when you box, your right foot's kind of a little bit over to the side. So easily, if I do that. Now watch. If I want to go southpaw, keep your feet exactly where they are. Now it's just turn. And start. Now watch. I'm going to do it again from this angle. Get in my right-handed stance. Now watch when I turn to the camera. I'm going to throw a jab southpaw. Boom, jab. Now watch I turn. See how simple I just did it?
Yeah.
Boom. That's it. And now I can switch back to righty. Boom. That's all. Just know where your feet at. Just go ahead. See? Each way.
I'm about to go to bed and practice now. Look, I'm about to go downstairs and practice. Hold on. I might be at yeah.
So I said, man, this cut, man. She's like, man, but he headbutted me. And he headbutted you because your ass was that close to him. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I ain't you, man. I'm pissed off because I'm gonna say you go at him for 4 rounds straight southpaw. I'm just coming out the hospital, so I'm gonna be like, after 2 rounds, he was like, "How you feel?" Because he'll pull me. If he felt like he saw something, he'll say, "Come out for 1." Yeah, like it'll take me out for 1 or 2, and then put me back in for 2 more. So and I'm giving him looks southpaw, whatever, and I'm like. He said, "No, I got close to him throwing them shots because I wanted to stop him. Nobody had stopped him. Remember, nobody had stopped Austin Trout. Yeah. So that was the reason why. But I'm like, he said, I thought you wouldn't be mad about the cut. I said, I'm pissed about the cut. Because it shouldn't be there. It had no reason. That cut shouldn't be there. It's an unnecessary thing. And the point I'm making is that there's certain times where you box, but there's certain times where you have to fight.
You gotta dig deep.
You gotta fight. I've been in them situations, and man, you can't take another backward step. I need you to walk this kid down. Catch, pull. Only backward step I need you to take is when you pull and then go back in. That's it. Or pull and slide out. That's it. We're not backing off. You gotta take it from him. And the way Shakur has fought, it's like, well, let's take it to a scenario where Shakur gets caught, but his legs are fine. But it's a flush shot. And, Shakur, boom, slides down the ropes, resets, gets onto his toes, then he resets, but he's fine. But then as the fight goes on, as these shots start to land a little bit more, like it'll go from, how it be where everything is calm, then he gets hit, whoa, then it goes back to
Yeah.
calm for another round or two, then he hits him again, oh yeah, like
All
that.
right. He's hurt. He's hurt. No.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's say if the fight goes in that type of scenario, Tank hits him, guess what? Now he starts to take your legs from you. Are you gonna wilt? Are you gonna fold? Or is all that mean face you be making and that mean streak that you be having and thugged out stuff you be doing? You gotta bring that now because now
I want to
at
see
this
that in the
point,
ring. I want to see that in the ring.
you might have to now really put your foot right there in front of Tanks, bait him into throwing some, trust in your vision, trust that gift of vision that you have, and boom, and make sure that these shots that you counter back with really make things like, oh, shot, okay, shot. Really make him look and go, okay. Because now you might have no other choice but to fight because you're coming in to a fight with Tank where no matter what, you're probably down 4 rounds to nothing. So you may have to fight.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I almost don't want him to have to take. I don't want him to take this fight right now because with your last 2 performances, the fans are needing a knockout from you. They needing that.
Or a demolition, something.
Yeah, and Tank's not the one to go in there needing that against. You know what I'm saying? I almost want you to go in and fight somebody that, like, for the right price, I'll fight you, Shakur,
Yeah.
For the right price, I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? Get me out of there by 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you get me out of there quick. But you're going to need somebody that you might have to be, you might have to fight somebody who's going to just come pressure, not a lot of defense, and somebody who you could get out of there just to appease the fans before a Tank fight. Because Tank, the fans are going to demand that from you no matter what. If you win a Tank fight in a boring fashion, I think that the stigma will still be there.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even think about like, oh, if he fights Tank in a boring fashion, stigma. You know what I think? I think it's gonna be the type of fight where, like, for instance, when Dad found out that Ray was fighting Duran, when Dad found out he was fighting Benitez, when Dad found out he was fighting Tommy, all 3 of those fights, Dad knew, man, Ray gonna have to fight sooner or later. Sooner or later, he's gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
And that's one of them type of fights.
Yeah.
One of those type of fighters where no matter what, sooner it's gonna come to a point where even if you outboxing them early and the explosion hasn't happened yet, let's say he skunks. Let's say he skunks Tank for 9 rounds. Like out of like the first 4, let's say out of the first 9 rounds, he wins 6. 6-3. Guess what? He's still gonna have to dig deep. 10, 9, 10, 11, 12 because
you done slowed down a step.
Yeah.
Taking a little closer.
Yep, and the judges still might be like, if his corner would do him a complete disservice if he sits on that stool and they don't sit there and say, hey, you know who we fighting and you know who card promotion we on. I need you to start really putting the emphasis on taking it from him, all right?
Yeah, you say it could be 6-3. Judges might have it 5-4 either way.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. You gotta start, don't stand there and be stupid. I want you in and out and pivot out. That's it. Don't still, you still keep on circling, work the C pattern, but them little spots there, trust your vision. He gonna get desperate because I really believe that he gonna get desperate. He gonna really try to rough you up and leap in with certain shots. That's where I need them counters to be hard, not just sharp, but hard and precise. You understand? Boom, let's go. That's the type, and I just don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. But Lomachenko says he'll take the step aside money. So if he's taking the step aside money, then that means. But then on the second hand, we hearing, well, Loma is set up. They're trying to set it up for November.
Yeah, November. Yeah, Bob said they working on a November date. But if Loma is willing to take the step aside money, what that's saying about what Loma wants. Like, I'm wondering, like, did Loma really want it? Like, if he's willing to take the step aside money, like, you know what I mean?
Is he willing, or did somebody make him willing?
I mean, the step aside money might be nice.
Cause come on now, step aside money. I've heard upwards of 1.5 million one time. Matter of fact, I can mention one person that it wouldn't be no big deal that I said the name. Adrian Broner.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd paid Adrian Broner step aside money for the Maidana thing, for the Maidana card.
Mm-hmm.
He paid him, I think it was 1.2, 1.3, something like that, or 1.5, something like that. He paid him to step aside.
Hey,
but
pay me 1.5 to not fight. Bet.
Not just that.
You see the kind of contracts Bob throwing out, $3 million for the fight. All right, if I get half of that to not fight.
So what I'm saying is that it's okay. Kind of like how I broke down the Oshaki thing. Look, Loma, take this step aside. We're gonna give you 1.5, okay? And then guess what? You're gonna get the winner, and even if you lose, you're gonna get the loser right after you fight the winner. So we could do that, all right? We could set it up this way, and if you need a soft contract or something like that, like something in writing that says that we're gonna do that, we can do that. If everything works out, we're going to give you this step aside, and then you'll fight the winner. And then after you fight the winner, no matter what the outcome is, you're going to fight the loser after that.
Yeah, I can Tank win the fight. Okay, Loma Shakur for the chance to fight Tank for the title again. No immediate rematch. Tank don't do the rematches, so no immediate rematch. But if, you work your way back up, boom, yeah, I bet. I can see that.
So that step aside stuff work in weird ways, man. So, I just now feel as though that it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds as we get through the summer and going into the fall. Yeah. What we actually hear about this is that's going to be the thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see it. Like I say, I'm here for either fight. I'm here for all the fights. I'm here for all three of them, fighting all three of them. Like, you know what I mean? If Shakur fight Loma, I'm here for it. I think that's a great fight. I really wanted that fight. If Shakur fight Tank, boom. Loma fight Tank, boom. That's three good fights. That's probably the three top fights in the division. Then the next tier coming through, whoever comes out on top of that, then they gotta deal with them. You got Keyshawn, Abdullah, Schofield. Like it's good gracious, boy.
That's a lot of wars.
That 35 is spooky, man. I don't need. I see why Tank saying I ain't gonna be fighting this too long.
No, man, I'm trying to get this, and I'm out of here. I get ready to do something. I see it. I'm gone. Y'all ain't going to ever see me again, man.
I wouldn't want, man. You see how it's stacked up. It's just like, boom, you get one wave, that wave gone to 140 now, and then another wave coming through. Man, I'm not going to keep, you know what I mean? I feel like that's how I always felt, man, because it's like it's always going to be that next person. Oh, you ain't fight Abdullah Mason? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, nah, I'm going to get out of here before this moment comes.
That's a lot of wars. That's a lot of wars. Potential wars.
It's a lot, bro. But that division, boy. Oh, man, heavyweight's gonna have to get something. I have to step up to get their title back. Now they always say boxing runs off the heavyweights. Boxing always runs.
I never believe that. It ran off the little guys to me, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a little guy.
Yeah, I always liked the little guy. I always liked the little guy, the welters and down. And it was always for some reason it was even the smaller for me because like marking them. It was always that. I think it was the speed because they used to just go. You know,
Yep, and it's a lot of punches and bunches.
It wasn't slow. It wasn't methodical. It was just like, I mean, it was almost, it was.
Inside,
yeah.
I mean, non-stop.
It was non-stop. That's how the little guys always did. But as far as mainstream was always pushing the heavyweights because the knockouts back then.
The knockouts, how big they are, seeing that big boy go timber.
Yeah, you wasn't seeing the knockouts at the smaller weights. I mean, you were seeing them, but
you saw wars.
It wasn't as highlight. It was wars. Yeah, it was wars. It was some good fights down there, boy.
I mean, look at Joshua. Speaking of heavyweights, look at Joshua and Duval. I might actually order that. I ain't even gonna lie, because before we go to the next topic, like it's known about them two. He would bring Dubois in. Like, Dubois was still an amateur, and like Dubois would help him. And Dubois heard him a couple times, dropped him once and
oh, for real?
Couple times, yeah, man, yeah. So it's now you putting the 10s on, no headgear, instead of it being 18s in a headgear.
And they fighting for the UK. They fighting. Because, I mean, you know, he still got Fury, but they fighting for the UK for real. Like, Fury probably, you know, I don't think he's going to be in it for.
And that junk going to sell.
It's going to go.
Ooh, that thing going to sell. That's why I love England, because that junk going, oh my God, they going to make some money. Yeah. They going to make some money. That's why I be looking at certain guys in England. I'm like, dude, why y'all want to fight in America for?
Yeah, I wouldn't come over. Because it's sell out Wembley. You could sell out Wembley.
You straight for life.
Yeah. Let me get my percentage of this gate, champ. I'll sell it out. Man. Yeah, they do a big over there.
Remember Joshua fought at Wembley one time, and it was so much money. And if I remember right, because I haven't read that article in years, and I hope I remember, but I think he set it up to where he gets installments from that purse each year. And he had certain money put aside for his son in installments. I'm like,
wow.
Bruh.
Yeah, I think more Americans should probably start fighting fighters over there. Like they fight over here because the fighters are here, you know. But if somebody would be like, you know what, I go over there and fight Joshua over there for the bread. It's sort of like folks going over to Japan to fight anyway. He's the biggest draw over there. You know, he's huge. He can sell out whatever over there. So I'm gonna go to Japan and fight anyway. I do it for the you know what I'm saying, for the money. I do it for the money. Like Devin going to fight Cambosis. Australia's gonna buy the Jones. I bet. It's gonna sell more than it will over here. I bet. I think more folks should probably go to UK and sell out their venues, you know. I see that the women doing it. Because, you know, like you said, UK supports the art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the women like, I bet. They, you know, we selling out over here. America they not supporting as much. I bet we're going to go over there and make this bag. And we're going to get the money we should be getting. So I think a lot of American fighters should think about that too, man. Going over there. Saudi, look at Saudi. They pulling them over there. Hey. Make some money over UK. Shoot, their money worth more than ours anyway. me get some of these euros, champ. But yeah, God, what you call coming up this weekend though?
Major.
Boots. The Boots card. Boots and the Evanesian. But yeah, undercard got Hackett and Pete Dobson now. Yeah, they got into a little scuffle. Little scuffle in the face off, man. What you think about it?
You saw Eddie Hearn like, yeah.
Eddie was like, money.
Okay, I'll break it up now. I'll break it up.
Look like Mr. Burns,
man. You sound like, man, you, oh my God, you making sure them people tune in for that undercard. God, dang.
He tried to sell some pay-per-views. He like,
I got Major stopping him.
I do tell you. But Pete looked big, though. I said, man, Dobson look a little huge. He coming back down. He coming back down. He been
Yeah.
fighting. He been fighting at welter, but he fought his last fight with Ben up at 54, I think.
I'm so tired of hearing Conor Ben name, bro. Not like, and you talking about somebody who's been a fan of his family name for us. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So as a little kid,
Nigel was that dude.
was that dude, man. Go party. I mean, he used to party. You talk about fighters partying? He goes in the Hall of Fame of fighters partying in between fights. If you know, you know. And I never forget, he said in an interview, he said, I needed the 8 weeks. Every fight I signed for, I made sure, sometimes you might sign for a fight and it's a 6-week camp.
Yeah, sure,
you might sign for a fight, it'll be a 12-week camp. He said, no, it had to be 8 weeks because the 8 weeks was perfect for me because it was the perfect time. I'd come in looking like shit the first week or two, and then it'll start because he's getting all that stuff out of his system. Then he said, literally, by the time he got to week 8 going into the fight, he's literally peaking, perfect timing. Yeah. Perfect timing of getting everything out of his system, getting back on point, boom, ready to go. And he said, and as soon as the fight was over, if it was a war, he'll recuperate clean, boom, go right back to it. Yeah. If it wasn't a war, he got the guy out of there early, he'd be back out there that night. I'm like, God damn.
He had some of the most highlightable knockouts, boy. I swear for Lord, Nigel was like that, bro. Nigel was nice, man. Timing like crazy. But Dobson looked big, man. He looked big. They got face to face. Nose to nose. They start talking.
One grab throat, another one slap another.
Yeah, so. Then the slap, then then the breakup. Eddie let all that go before he broke it up. Even though he was right there too. He probably was. It's like a pantomime in there. Like, yeah, talk to us. Let's say something else. Say something else. Do something. Yeah. He said something else.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. It's good. You gonna let him talk to you like that? Yeah.
Grab his neck. Slap him. Oh, no. Hey, y'all ain't supposed to be doing
it. Hey, boxing board. I got it, Commissioner. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Hey.
But
I think that's a good fight for Jaleel, though. I really do. Yes. I think this is a good fight for him. This is a good step up. This is a good test for him at this point in his career. It's a good fight for him to debut with Matchroom. It's a perfect situation. He's wasn't getting the fights where he was, so hopefully he's more active now. He can really showcase what he got. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, personally, I'm glad we can actually look at some prospects and not somebody who is almost 30 years old still being called a prospect.
Facts.
And Conor Ben, no offense, because Conor Ben has been around for how long? And now all of a sudden he's at 54. And remember, he went from this way to this way. We're still calling this guy a prospect. And he's getting paid like a contender. And we're going through all this stuff and we still can't even figure out what's the next move for this guy. And then you got Pistol Pete, who I've been watching for years, who he's the perfect antithesis of looking at Conor Ben, because I remember my dad used to say, you stay ready because you never know when you're going to get that call. You never know who's watching. Mm-hmm. And what happened when he fought Conor Ben? Pistol Pete got that call.
Yeah.
He got that call and he showed up. Because of him showing up the way he showed up that night, he got this fight with Jaleel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is. So, and with that, now it's basically the right fight for Jaleel. Jaleel needs this type of fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think Pistol Pete gonna show up. I do believe he's gonna show up. And he's gonna bring his man strength. Because you remember that Jaleel still, as strong as Jaleel is, Like you remember, I've been in camp with Jaleel. I was in a couple camps with Jaleel, and one time I almost pissed myself. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I was in there sparring,
Uh-huh.
and it's time for me to get out. So I got my cup on, everything. I did just took my headgear off, right? So
Uh-huh.
and then they had me moving around with another kid, Shane. Shane was I just did defense. And then
Mm-hmm.
I see this is Jaleel in between fights, folks. And if y'all don't know what that means, basically,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. He big.
strong, like, big
Big dude.
boy. Hit him with the Rick Ross.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Oh.
so the real over. What made you get in the ring for? I'm in the ring. Shut up, Steve. Shut up, Steve. Get you. Hey, why made you getting in the ring? I'm getting out, right? Right? I'm getting out, right?
uh,
Stop.
I'm supposed to be getting it away.
I, damn, how much you weighing right now, bro? Fuck. Oh shit! And I'm like, dude, I just got back in the gym, dude. I weighed that because of IV fluids, not because of food. I can't
Yeah.
do this.
What you say? What you say when you? What you say when? What you say when he got in the ring?
Oh
Ah.
hell
And you know what's crazy? He gave me props though. He came to slipping counter, right? And I brought up the same story. And he said, nah, man, my man Junior slick, bro. My man Junior, he got something for you, you know. That man was slick. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, buddy, you ain't setting me up for failure in this motherfucker. That's my guy, man. It was so cool being us being in camp together, man. You know, but Jaleel, this is the perfect fight for Jaleel to showcase what I've seen for years in camp. Like all jokes aside, seeing his development, his sacrifice, everything, all the nonsense, and still staying steadfast and true to his discipline because the BS that he was going through, he could have easily got tired and frustrated and threw his discipline out the window. Quiet as his cat. That's why when I saw him at the sports arena in Southfield, you know, me and he dabbed me. Oh, look at you watching son. I was like, "What's up?" They dabbed him up, and this is right before he fought for the USNBC belt that he has now. And I was like, "Boy, go get yours, man." 'Cause, you know, and I'm so happy for him, and I honestly believe he's gonna box the mess out of Dobson, but he's gonna railroad Dobson too. Like the problem with Conor Ben was Conor Ben couldn't keep that pace up. And then when he started to get hit back, it dubbed the pace down to where Dobson needed it to be so Dobson could have his moments.
Yeah.
And with Jaleel's gonna be able to not only box when he wants to, but them moments where Pistol Pete is a pro and like really can manipulate around and make it go the way he wants it to go and go the way he needs it to be. That's when I think Jaleel forces the action and really shows that, hi, my name is Major Jaleel Hackett and I'm here now. Hello, everyone. With how he showcases and destroys the guy and gets rid of him. Like, I really believe that, and I like Pistol Pete too. I really do, but I just know this kid's talent. I know what I've seen. I know what I've seen for years now, and I got him shaking out something beautiful, man. This is the showcase that he needs. He needs a guy who has the heart, who's gonna show up and isn't gonna lay down for Jaleel.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna come to fight. He gonna come to
Yeah.
fight, and Jaleel gonna put that press on him. That's how I feel like as well. Like I think Jaleel gonna put that press on him, and and showcase exactly why he made you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the main event joint, we got Bud and Evanesian. I think.
Boots and
I mean
Amanda Neal.
Boots and Evanesian. Yeah, Boots. I think this is a statement fight for Boots.
Oh yeah.
I think he purposely went to one of Bud's former opponents to.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have to do this a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stop. He's doing what what he's doing. You know what he's doing to go to boxing history. You know what he's doing. He's doing what Holyfield did. Remember when Holyfield was at junior heavyweight? So for people who don't know, it didn't used to be called cruiserweight. It used to be called junior heavyweight. It used to be light heavyweight, junior heavyweight, heavyweight, whatever. And shoot, these days it needs to be a super heavyweight division, goddamn. But anyways, Lord.
That's why I always advocate for Bridger weight. I don't care what y'all say. I love Bridger weight.
So it's basically he is doing what Holyfield did, because remember they wanted him to fight Tyson. He wanted to fight Tyson, and remember he was getting a bad rap because he had fought Larry Holmes and then he fought George, and you remember when Don King was running his mouth. Oh, he's fighting all the geriatric, fighting people who can't fight, all that other mess. So to get the appeal, what he did was he fought everybody that fought Tyson. And he tried to knock them out earlier than when Tyson knocked them out. And if he didn't knock him out, if it was a guy that Tyson went the distance with, he tried to dominate him worse than Tyson dominated him.
Worse, yeah.
Pinklin Thomas, Tony Tubbs, Lord, we can go down the list here. The Holmes fight, he fights Holmes. He fights so many guys that was going down that list, and he's going straight through them. And as he's doing it, at the time he's with Mackie Shieldstone, putting the weight on little by little by little to get to heavyweight and everything else. And I honestly think that's what Boots is doing. Boots is like, all right, he knocked out on the BGN, and I think it was the 7th he knocked him out. Whatever round that he saw that tour in his glove, and he went, oh yeah, I got to get you out of here. And it's like, it's time to go. And he stops him. He's like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can stop him 2 rounds sooner.
Yeah, it was the 6th, so yeah, he got to get him before 6.
That's and dominate him worse and stop him worse, and that's so he could get on the microphone after the fight and say, because I also think another thing is not just Bud. He don't want nobody giving him the Devin Haney treatment.
Yeah.
You got boosted up to the champ through email or phone call or whatever. And people like, man, this new thing about calling guys telling them they're the champ. Dude, that's been going on since the 90s.
Yeah.
Since the 80s. It's been plenty of guys that have became champions through a phone call. Like, that jump been happening for a long time.
Elevated always been.
Elevated. Yeah, that's been going on for a long, long time. So I think he honestly wants to go in there and destroy him, and so he can get on the microphone and say, now I'm the IBF champ. I'm here. Anybody all taking all comers, and since I can't get a fight, since I can't get this, I'm taking whoever calling my name out. Put the contract out. We can get it done. Since I can't get no look, all the other guys moved up. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, like, all right, well, since they want to, so it could boost his profile to be like, well, since Bud went up to 54 and arguably going to go up to 60, then this is what I'm going to do. This is what I need to get the look on me, type of thing.
It's all mine right now. And Also, I think he do this and, like you said, get on the mic afterwards because I don't want people to be like, Evanesian ain't like, because y'all gave Bud the credit for him. Y'all gave Bud the credit for him. So don't say, because, it's a lot of talk about his resume and this. He ain't fought nobody. Like, okay, y'all gave Bud credit for this dude. Give me my credit too. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, hey. Yeah, y'all gave Bud credit for him. Standing owners, come holler at me. Crowley, come holler at me. Or, you know what I'm saying? Whoever else champ. I don't come see me. He just lost. Who beat him? Who just beat my Stray? I don't forget. Oh no, it was Standing Owners. Yeah, it was Standing Owners. Yeah, Standing Owners beat him. Okay. Yeah, but whoever the champs, come holler at me. Or let me. What belt vacant? Let me. You can't do that, but get y'all the champion so I can beat them.
Any of them.
But Joe, that's it for us, Joe.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
And I'm gonna be back Sunday, y'all, and I got a special guest. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is yet. Y'all gotta tune in to see, cause Lord, I got some me and OC found out earlier that it may be going down, and I can't wait. I just gotta thank y'all, man. I appreciate you and Uncle She, man, cause without y'all, I wouldn't even be having this opportunity to talk my stuff the way I'm talking it.
Hey, you doing wonders, bro. You doing wonders, man. But that's all our time. To the next time, y'all, man. It's your boy Caesar Fantastic here with
El niño de oro, asesino te cara, baby. Don Hollingsworth Jr., the golden boy.
That's right. It's the second one.
That's all, folks.
Peace.
The Second Wind Sports Media and DMV Boxing Legend would like to introduce to you our new sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, El Paso Mexican Restaurant, located at 6151 Richmond Highway, Alexandria, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have El Paso Mexican Restaurant. Also, if you're looking to pregame every fight night, amateur or pros, come out to El Paso Restaurant. They will guarantee you a discount. All you have to do is say that DMV Boxing Legend and the Second Wind Sports Media sent you, you will get a discount. This episode has been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com.